for all my life. They say I'm a failure, end up in jail, I ain't proving right. My mama, she told me before, son, you get I understood, but I ain't see the vision. A nigga kept going, and now I'm winning. Some people I put my trust in, try to fuck with my image. Oh no, you didn't. Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Michi in these streets ain't no rules. He say cause all this life we ain't over this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga we did it. Yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now, we got money, I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up for nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young, rich nigga.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, I ain't playing with your ass. Nigga, I ain't playing with your ass. You chasing greatness. You got greatness talking to you. Become great.
Boy, it is. Yo. It's your boys, the Rize Podcast with your boy, Coach Squeeze, a.k.a. the Smoothie King. Right back at y'all with another one. How y'all doing tonight, man? Today is hump day. Week moving kind of slow, but it ain't too bad. But praying for everybody in the chat. And hope y'all had a blessed and safe day. Do me a favor, on your way in the door, smash that like button. Y'all already know what it do. Smash that like button. In the words of Coach Calvin, we do what we do. All right, y'all. On that note, let me get the sponsors out of the way so we can get this thing started. 5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes, first ballot Hall of Famer. Baltimore's own GTD Promotions, redesigning minds one mind at a time. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Shout out to www.kenichibad.com. Use code TRP. You'll get 15% off. Also, shout out to www.NarslipGallery.org. Go over to Damari's page, get his merch and his art. R.I.P. to John Boy. R.I.P. to Miss Tanya Van Jarvis Williams Jr. Shout out to Bad Girls Promotions featuring Miss Nikki, a.k.a. Miss Olivia Pope, Coach Brandy, EOE, Education Over Everything, My Brother Movement, Four Corners Boxing featuring Maurice and Jenny Jones. Go over there every Wednesday night to 15 rounds of boxing and check out their podcast. They doing everything out New York Brother Station. Also, shout out to Richie Baby for the fire intro. Richie Threads, AO Clothing Line, Pro Soul Boxing Gear, and Clothing Line. Don't forget to go down to 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue. Get your Shari's Essentials, 12 rolls for $7. Also, shout out to Under Armour. Thanks for all that you do. Praying for Miss Mona, Kyle I'll Cool It. Hope they okay and haven't seen them in the chat. And shout out to don't forget to go on to the RizePodcast.com. Get your merch. And last but not least, the Official Gear Boxing. All the fighters are wearing it. One of the hottest brands in boxing. And we in the building with it too. Y'all can say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Box. Raw. How y'all doing, man? What a day. Long day, man. That elliptical would take something out of you. Jarrell Davis GTD all day. Brashley McClendon. Daryl Hopkins. Can't stop. I feel I'm digging on you. You digging on me. Digging on me. Can't stop Uncle E. What it do? Stretched Out Boxing in the building. Shout out to Stretch Out Boxing. See them 5 hats up in the building. Appreciate it, champ. Travarius Bowles. Ace is the place of the Helping Hardware store. What up, fam? Love to you and the family. Branson, what it do? Alan Johnson. Wes, what it do? Gunsmoke 2121. Daryl Hopkins. Sonny Listen. Lewis 4500. Tim Layton JBT. Anthony White. Joseph Foster. Johnny Spears. Ralph 707. Squeeze, how did it go with the juice diet? Did you lose weight, man? I ain't get on it fully yet, but I've been grinding in the gym, so I've been definitely coming down. Watching what I've been eating. Basically not trying to eat nothing for dinner, like fasting through dinner time. B&B Boxing News. D33284. Marcel Triggs. Keon King. Oh, man, come on, man. Y'all coming over here with that dumb stuff, man. Y'all got nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. Bunch of cowards hiding behind a keyboard. Want some attention. Box 1. What it do? We ain't got time for them clowns. Everybody always reaching out for attention. All right, y'all. How y'all feeling, man? Like I say, I hope y'all had a blessed day. Can Tevin Farmer get the win versus William Zepeda? I don't know what this is. The new Fantastic Five. Boise Bistro. What y'all think, man? Y'all think Tevin Farmer can get the win over William Zepeda? Who else fighting this week, man? Who else fighting this week? Besides the William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer. Everybody want to be clowns tonight. Desperate for attention. What it do, fam? Who y'all got? Tevin Farmer or William Zepeda? Let me hear what y'all are talking about in the chat. Let me hear what y'all talking about. I think it's a winnable fight for Tevin Farmer. Always did like Tevin Farmer. Always thought that couple of fights should have went his way, but they didn't. He ain't get the nod that I thought he should get on a lot of the fights. So, you know what I mean? Definitely like Tevin Farmer, man. But when you walk away and come back, it could be hard to get that groove back going. So, hopefully, he can get that groove back going, man. What y'all think, man? Talk to me. Talk to me in the chat. Who y'all got? Who y'all got? Boxman, what it do? Who y'all got, man? Boise Bristow. He needs a little more power. Tevin can box, but he needs a little bit more power. Yeah. He need to sit down on his shots. Knock out HQ, Tev. That's a good fight for him, though. This definitely a winnable fight. Millen Films, what it do, champ? Yeah, this definitely a winning fight for him. Stressed out, man. Farmer needs to get a bigger gas tank, in my opinion. But I'm going with Farmer. Yeah, I like Tevin, man. I like Tevin. Box one. I think Tevin can do it. Just got to make it a clear win. Yeah. You know they not going to give him nothing close. Yeah, they not going to give him nothing close. You can hang that up. Sonny Liston. Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan. Daryl Hopkins. I got Farmer. I think he could get it done. Yeah. Zepeda ain't all that, man. To me, I don't think Zepeda all that. Who y'all got in that Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan? I got Michaela Mayer. Didn't they fight before this the second one? Ain't Sonny, listen. They definitely ain't coach you. No, they trying to build that Shakur fight. They definitely ain't, coach. You know they trying to build that Shakur fight. Yeah, you know how that is. Definitely. Ali, Tank and Camp with Calvin and Kenny. I love that. Boise Bistro. He throws a lot of punches. Melody Queen 27, the best moderator in the game. Salute Coach Squeeze and Rize fan. Peace and blessings. Rock, Squeeze, let know to stay focused and locked in with Coach Kenny, please. Oh, Ali, it was on IG? I don't got IG. Hopefully, I hope so, man. I hope so. I ain't gonna lie. Smoothie King, right back at y'all with another one. Let's get them likes up, y'all. All y'all gotta do is hit the like button when you come in. I don't know what's so hard about that. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in. Please and thank you. Yeah, man. I hope so. All I want to see is what I'm used to seeing. Calvin, Coach Kenny, and Coach Russ. That's what I want to see. Tell Tank to stay locked in. Tell the people to hit the like button when they come in and when they leave. Tell the people to show the love. Lewis 4,500. I don't know, man. They ain't going to give him no close one, Lewis. Sonny, listen. Brian Norman Jr. versus Derek Curves is on the Michaela card. Who you got? Who you got, Sonny? Listen. That's Derek Curves. Let me see. Derek Curves. Let me see. Derek Curves. I don't even see it. What the hell? I'm going to look that up. I don't even see. Yeah, but anyway, man, I try to look the dude up. I don't see him. Yeah, I gotta go with Brian Norman too. Bruce Carrington fight this weekend too on the same card. I got Shoo. I want to see him look sharp. Lewis 4,500. I believe Tank versus Lamont too will be a bigger fight than Canelo versus Crawford. Knockout HQ. Tevin Power will come out of nowhere at 135. I remember that boy couldn't drop a fly at 130. Yeah, he was a hell of a boxer though. Yeah, he was a hell of a boxer. Yeah, Sonny, listen. I'm going to say I put him in to see some Derek Cuevas. There you go. Thanks, Sonny. Listen. And Brian Norman fighting him. I don't know, yo. Let me see what he about. Daryl Hotman say I got Shoo for sure. Helene, what it do, brother? I'm peeping at Derek Cuevas highlight reel. He looked like a heavy puncher. He looks strong for the little bit I do see. He got decent footwork. I ain't seen Brian Norman Jr. in a minute, though. He let his hands go. Okay. Somebody in the comments say they see Norman Jr. stopping him because he ain't been in there with nobody like him. Well, I mean, we know how that go. What up, Aline? Rock, Squeeze, how do you feel about Casey on trying to fight? Oh, Keyshawn trying to fight De Los Santos after a long layoff and injuries. Rumor is he has had blood clots. I mean, only thing I feel about that is I wish the best for him. The whatever's going on with him, that God touch his body and he get healthy, then take the fight. You know, I don't want to see nobody in there get hurt. All gas, no smoke. Johnny Spears said, I got Shoo also. Boise Bistro. Who is Shoo fighting? Melody Queen, who is Shoo fighting, y'all? All right, y'all. Y'all know how you tell your boss you got a new employee coming to work and he say, my first day I'm going to be on time. I hired him, shook my hand. Then when I called him, he ain't come on time. He was late. And he tell me, now he had 2 weeks in advance before his start date. He tell me he ran out of gas on the way to the job his first day. So I was like, I don't know, that felt kind of shady. Yo, you had 2 weeks to get ready to get in, to kind of work the first day. But anyway, yo say, I'm the boss. Calvin just thought about the idea, but I came and took it over. I'm the host, the camera guy, the producer, the writer. I'm the head honcho. Y'all know how he is. He could be a little rude at times. There ain't no pecking order with him. But I wouldn't change it for anything. My partner in crime, and he will get you held down because he'll call your government out quick. All assets international senior corps in the building.
My guy Tyrone Palmer, what it do? How you feeling today, champ?
No Ken the Blair corps.
What's going on, Rize family? What's going on? My apologies. I had daddy duties, and you know daddy duties come first all the time. Miss Shar, what's going on? How's everybody feeling? Where you at, Squeeze? Where you at in the conversation?
All we down there. We was talking about see, they late for work, they come in, they don't know. We was kind of talking about Tevin Farm, but then we jumped around a little bit. They talking about Shoo fighting Enrique Vivas.
Enrique Vivas.
Yeah.
Miss Lisa, what's going on, Miss Lisa?
Then we was talking about the Brian Norman Jr. fight. We was talking about that. I watched a little bit of the guy highlight reels. I ain't watched much, but
that what guy?
That Brian Norman Jr. is supposed to be fighting.
All right. What you think about him?
I ain't really watched enough of him. I just watched a little bit.
Oh, he fighting Derek Cuvas. I forgot how you down. That ain't how you pronounce it. It's Derek
Cuevas.
Yeah, him. Oh, he fight this weekend too. I ain't know Brian Norman fought this weekend.
Yeah.
We got some action. Shoo fight this weekend. Knockout HQ, what it do? Shazam, how you feeling? Shout out to Stretched Out Boxing, man, for the all access hat, man. Appreciate you. Talk to me, Squeeze. What's going on?
Who you got? Shoo. You know the guy Shoo fighting?
No.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
I ain't never really.
It's
heard
crazy how you really don't be getting no information on some of these fights.
Bozy Bristow. What's going on, champ? Johnny Spears, what's happening? Excuse me. You know I'm going with Shushu. But that's what I did want to show y'all. Give me this what I seen after the and I put the title up, and I really need your thoughts on this.
The new Fantastic Five.
The new Fantastic Five, man. You seen it?
Nah.
You see who the new Fantastic Five is? Why they ain't dropped yet? Did it drop?
Ain't coming up.
There we go. Can you see it? I can see.
Yeah.
I can see Ryan, the noise Ryan making. Of course, Tank. I can slide Shakur on it. But I'm just trying to figure out T.O. and Devin.
They tripping.
Especially the way Ryan, and then they're going to put Devin over there on Ryan's side. You know what I mean? Had to run and whoop his ass. How he the Fantastic
Is
Five.
this a joke?
Yeah, Bill Haney posted this, and it just caught my attention. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get some understanding of the new Fantastic Five.
That's a screenshot.
Now somebody made this. That's why I'm baffled. That, you know what I mean, Devin, the Nightmare Haney, you know what I mean, like he made it up here.
Sonny, listen, say it's over 30 fights this weekend. Great weekend.
I'm trying to figure out what T.O. and Devin doing up there.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? This was I guess this from Ring Magazine. And Bill Haney posted it, and I seen it on the story as I was making the title. But I already had Miss Arena already had to work
Miss
the
Arena.
So I just was, you know what I mean, I just went with that. But yeah, that right there is kind of crazy to me. Fantastic.
Devin and T.O.
Yeah, I could rock with the other three. I see what they got going on, but to put Devin and T.O. up there, I ain't in agreement with that. What y'all think in the chat, man? Y'all think Devin and T.O. should be up there with the Fantastic Five?
Hell no.
Why you say hell no?
T.O., I think his last performance, I don't think he did too bad, but T.O. run his damn mouth too much. T.O. Count Dracula run his mouth, yo.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, like, but Fantastic Five, I don't agree with it. I definitely don't agree with it. Little bad for him.
Count Dracula need to sit down.
What you got there?
Water champ.
Ralph 707 said Devin would beat T.O. Even Coach Kenny said it.
Mr. Rainer, how you doing?
You talking about Coach Kenny and picks. His picks ain't been right since if it ain't Tank. Daryl Hopkins say Devin and T.O. absolutely not. I agree with you, I agree with you, Daryl Hopkins.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, but to be up
I wouldn't mind seeing it, y'all.
Fantastic Five type shit. Nah, I ain't vibing with it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that fight.
I can't. What do you say? I can't get jiggy with this shit.
I don't know though, yo. T.O. might beat Devin, yo. I ain't got no confidence in Devin no more, man.
Why not?
He keep letting me down.
He only got his ass whooped once.
Keep letting me down, yo. If you say in the T.O. fight, arguably he won. I think he won, but You know, it wasn't a convincing victory. You already know about the Kambosos fight, 24 rounds. Who else? Couldn't get Gamboa out there. Old washed up, beat on Gamboa. Couldn't get Rize out of there. A not disciplined Rize. I ain't heard nothing from Rize since Devin fought him. So that goes to show you his relevance.
Regis fought after that.
Who he fight?
If I ain't mistaken.
Did he win?
Let me check this out because I swore he fought after that. Regis Rougarou Prograis. Yeah, he fought Jack Catterall.
And lost?
And lost to Jack Catterall.
My sentiments exactly.
Yeah, I know he fought. I knew he fought after Devin though. Might not have got back on the horse, but I knew he fought.
My sentiments exactly.
At least he did and lost. Yeah. Before
you know what I mean? I just wanted to. Who Devin fought that he smoked and blew out of the water in the last 5 fights?
The canvas.
I'm waiting.
The canvas. Oh, I got you, Just. I got you. I see you. I got you. Say less, champ. Give me 1 second, Squizzies.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Who in the hell he fought and blew out of the water? Come on, man.
I hate when I be looking for numbers and I know I just text these people.
Reed just retired, they said. Damn, Reed just retired.
I'm just saying, Miss Sure, that's who he was fighting. That was his biggest fight, the canvas. Sonny, listen, say Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason should be up there in the Fantastic Five.
Yeah. Ace say Kambosos don't count.
Why Kambosos don't count, Ace?
Garbage.
Who?
Garbage.
The Emperor is not garbage.
He did look all right to me his last fight, though. I ain't gonna lie. He looked it all right to me his last fight.
You want to talk garbage, we can talk about Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis?
That's what I said.
Miss Just Dude. Yeah, Senior called him garbage.
Garbage. Damn, Ace said Junior can beat Kambosos.
Yeah. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, that boy got some accuracy on him. Definitely. Right, wait a minute, hold up, Squeeze. Let me do something real quick.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I say, Kambosos' last fight, I was a little impressed. Miss Just do say Keyshawn is the goods. Man, Senior, you got a little hate, I see. I got him getting him out of there. I got him getting him out of there. Simple as that. Simple as that. Keyshawn getting De Los Santos out of there. Sonny, listen. It's for sure Abdullah Mason. I'm in between Keyshawn and Lomachenko. Miss Just Do, don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind. Keyshawn putting on spectacular performance at the spectacular performance.
I'm just speaking facts. That's all I'm doing, champ. Just speaking facts, man.
Ali say bet something.
Tell Keyshawn, go see Andy Cruz. And Ali, we could bet whatever you want. I'm taking Andy Cruz. Now, I said what I said.
Yo say bet something.
Tell him bet. Make it light on himself.
Brashley McClendon. Keyshawn isn't knocking shit out like that, LOL. People caught up with him knocking out old men. You're entitled to your own opinion, champ. I don't care if you're younger or old. A knockout is a knockout.
Can't stop on what he said. I want some yak in me, man. That's what y'all keep saying, but tell him go see Andy.
Man, Keyshawn will beat the crap out of Andy Cruz, man.
Andy.
Violently.
I'm taking Andy.
It'll be good the first 5-6 rounds.
I'm taking Andy. That's if it lasts for 5 to 6 rounds.
Come on, man. I mean, y'all entitled to y'all opinion. I'm going with Keyshawn.
Give me Andy. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with no yak. I ain't had no shrimp yak in a minute. Can't stop on weed. I ain't had no shrimp yak in a minute. Extra onions, you know what I mean? Hold the egg.
D33284 say he going with Andy too.
If you know, you know, D33284. If you know, you know.
There's going to be a lot of broken hearts up in the joint.
Keyshawn going to be the first one.
Lewis 4,500. You know what you talking about. Keyshawn for the win.
It sound good.
There's a different squeeze. There are levels and knockouts too. What's better, KO versus Lemos or KO versus Frank Martin?
What's better, KO versus Lemos or KO versus Frank Martin? What's better, a KO versus Lemos or a KO Frank Martin? No, I don't be messing with that. I don't really mess with like boiled eggs and shit like that. So no, you can hold the egg.
They both been fighting D-level fighters, so I don't know who went. I mean, we can argue resume all day long, to be honest. We can argue, but it got a lot to do with resume, but level of competition. But look what he doing to these guys that they put in front of him. He doing what he got to do. And to me, Keyshawn's still building, but he say he ready. He ready. He's still building, though. Brashy McCunny say, nah, I still got Keyshawn winning, but Della Santos not getting knocked out.
I don't care what happened to him. He gone.
When is Coach Calvin documentary release?
Button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
That's all we asking y'all to do. Push the goddamn button.
What you think? When the documentary?
I don't know. I don't got no update on the documentary. I ain't been asking about it. It probably don't come out till after he retired from coaching.
He probably putting it together. He want that thing to be right.
Got to be.
Yeah, man. I don't like I say. I just don't. I don't see it, man.
See what? What you don't see?
I don't see it.
Andy Whitman, Keyshawn ass.
Ain't happening. Rick Jones say, I'm still pissed off. Barry Hunter was in the corner talking more than Calvin and Kenny. Tank knows best. Calvin knows Tank best. Gunsmoke 2021 say, I know one thing. Tank is quiet for a reason. Wookie Wook, GTD, this B.
No, I got, man, yo. I really want Caleb Plant. That's what I want to get. Hey, everybody in the chat, man. Y'all gotta help me make this interview happen, man. Hit up. Everybody go to Caleb Plant IG and tag the Rize Podcast and then tell them you need to do an interview with the Rize Podcast. Miss Just Do, see, I can't wait for your ass to show up in another chat so I can time your tail out. I'm gonna be nice since this is your house. You already know. You ain't gonna catch me in too many chats though, Miss Just Do. You know
She's gonna be watching.
Bring your guy in.
I can't. You got too many blocks.
And just for the record, he had the link early.
You had too many blocks up.
You still should be able to see it now.
Oh, all right, there you go. He up on the block. All right, y'all. Let me bring him in. The wizard himself, pound for pound, great analyst of the sport and knowledge of the game. First ballot Hall of Famer on the podcast tip. Family man, husband, cat lover, and he got a little strudel. The one, the only, my brother from another mother, Ant in the building, the wizard.
What it do, Ant?
What it do, Ant?
Had to start it off with the fireworks. Then what's going on, Jet?
Okay, champ.
Heard y'all was talking about Derek Quavis a little bit.
Yeah, what you think about that and Brian Norman Jr.?
I got Brian Norman Jr., but from what I've seen from Quavis, he appears to be a decent fighter. He got some pretty good athleticism, particularly his feet. Not saying he's got the world's greatest feet, but he's pretty agile, pretty swift. When he want to be, he can be pretty slick, move around a little bit. But as you would say, Squeeze, one thing I have pointed out, well, I've noticed with him, I should say, is he's a little light on his feet. Meaning sometimes when he throws power shots, especially when he's throwing that brick, he could fall in a little bit. Like he overextend, reach a little bit. So I feel like if Brian Norman is able to anchor himself and be patient with the power that he got, I think that he should be able to time him. But I think that Derek Quavis is definitely a worthy opponent. He's no bum. He's no scrub. He's solid, but we just don't know what he is at this level. Because I've seen him fight before, but it wasn't against the level of opposition that Brian Norman Jr. is. We know what level Brian Norman Jr. is, especially after the fight that he had with Santillan. Like he was sensational that night. And Giovanni Santillan was coming hot off a win against what's my man's name, Alexis Rocha. So we know he's a sturdy guy too. And Brian Norman Jr. was able to stop him. So I think Derek Quaver should be able to give him a little bit of a challenge.
Me, I think the same thing. I said the same thing earlier. I watched the fullest clips, not much, but what I did see, only thing you can't see, can he take a solid punch from Brian Norman Jr.? That's the only thing I have in question. But solid opponent, athleticism, good footwork, let his hands go. I think it's going to be a tough outing for Brian Norman Jr.
It can be, especially with him coming back off the injury. He's been out for a little bit. Can't recall when his last fight was, but remember, this fight was supposed to be back when? October, November, something like that. Then it got postponed all the way up until now. So we'll see if Brian Norman Jr. is able to shake the rust off and get back to it. But I'm expecting him to win. I think he's got the edge over over Derek Quaver. Because Derek Quaver, like you said, Squeeze, good athlete, decent speed. He looked like he got a nice little pop on his punch and so on and so forth. But all that can go out the window when he take a shot. We haven't seen him hit with a guy at this level.
To be fair, I'm at to watch him, do a little film study on him, and then look at Brian Norman Jr. because I haven't seen him lately neither. So I'm gonna have to really sit down and do contrast of styles, what they do best, their win, their cardio, who lets their hands go, which shots are available to each fighter. Do they expose the fighters that in front of them? Do they make the proper adjustments? How good is the
hand job?
No, it's being squeezed together. It's collaborative. You know what I'm saying? We in this together.
What happened?
You know, we got a what's name? Now he said you doing my job. I said no, we in this together because we always gotta compare notes.
Yeah,
that's why I like building with Squeeze because we compare notes.
I ain't heard what he was saying. It was
that's because two grown men was talking. You know what I mean? They had nothing to do with you.
What he say? I can't hear him. He like breaking up. But like I was saying, and I want to be able to see sit down and really watch because I ain't been following Brian Norman Jr. So I need to see the speed.
I think Brian Norman Jr. is better from in close, Squeeze. I think he's better from in close. And I think that Cuevas has the edge from the outside. And I think that's just more so due to the dimensions. You know, Brian Norman Jr. is not the biggest welterweight in terms of like height and reach. Got okay reach. Derek Cuevas should have the edge there. If I'm not mistaken, he is probably a little bit taller, 2 inches taller. Got the reach advantage. And like I said, man, with him, it's going to depend upon whether or not he's able to stay on the outside and utilize the speed. If he fall in or if it turns into a mid-range affair, I think that suits Brian Norman Jr. a lot better than it suits him. Just from what I've seen from both dudes.
Smoothie King, right back at you with another one. Hunter on the Hunt, thanks for the color in the chat. What up, coaches? Rize fam. Thanks, Hunter.
The 20-piece McNugget.
I think that what I saw, like I say, the little bit that I did see, I think he's more capable of coming out, getting his hand raised. It's a not a far-fetched task if he comes out, execute the game plan, move, uses athleticism, his agility. He lets his hands go. He looked like he got a little sneaky pop with him.
He does.
I just need to see a little bit more of the up-to-date version of them two guys to give a real assessment.
Likewise, and it's going to be a 12-rounder too. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Derek Cuevas' first 12-rounder. I think it's his first time in a championship fight. So we don't really know what his stamina is like for real, for real. We don't know what that gas tank is like, especially if he's, taking some shots, throwing some shots. We don't know. So I'm edging towards what's the name. I got Shushu in the fight that Senior was just talking about with him and Enrique Vivas. I've seen Vivas fight before. Vivas is a solid dude, but the one thing about Vivas that I have noticed is every time he stepped up in competition, that's when he's taking the L. He ain't never been stopped, at least to my knowledge. Never been stopped. All three of his losses were by decision, but it was against guys that had pretty good records. Like the last guy he lost to was Joey Gonzalez. Joey Gonzalez was 25-3 at the time. Before that, he dropped a majority decision, which was a toss up to Eduardo Baez. That was 10 rounder, and then the fight that he had with Ruben Villa, which he pretty much got shut out in that fight. It was scorecards was pretty damn wide. So that's the one thing with him is, yeah, I just
Somebody,
think that Shushu gonna be too sharp for him, man.
somebody asked me in the chat who wins, Rick Jones, Keyshawn, or Abdullah Mason. Asked me. Right now, if they fought this weekend,
Abdullah Mason.
if they fought this weekend, I don't know, man. I think I might have to get an edge to Keyshawn, man. I think I would have to get an edge to Keyshawn only because the experience factor and Keyshawn good at making adjustments. He got a hell of a corner. But Abdullah Mason can come out with a hell of a game plan. If he don't get too greedy, because we seen when he get greedy, he got clipped, hit the canvas twice, showed he had a chin, got back up, knocked the guy down twice. So, a mistake-free Medulla Mason definitely can win the fight. But a mistake-riddled Medulla Mason in that fight, I think Keyshawn would be able to enough because Keyshawn got good footwork. He used every four corners of the ring. As we can see, he got pop. Very athletic, elusive, great corners. It would be a hell of a fight to see. But if I had to, if put it like this, if Abdullah Mason get past Keyshawn, that would be spectacular. But if he doesn't, he's still gonna put up a hell of a performance. So I don't really know if it would hurt him either way, depending on the critics and the people. And let me see. Somebody else asked me something else in the chat. Coach Squeeze, Brian Norman Jr. is one hell of a brawler. I know that no one can get that ring not even a little bit soft messing with Brian Norman. I mean, like I say, man, to be honest, I gotta look at the up-to-date version of Brian Norman. I haven't seen nothing from him lately, no activity. Am I the only one at?
Well, he been out the ring, Squeeze, since that last fight.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
he had the hand injury, and then he's been sidelined. Because remember, this fight was supposed to be months ago. This was supposed to be in the wintertime, 2024. The hand injury occurred, and then it got postponed all the way until now. So his last fight was in May against Giovanni Santillan. It was May. And it's a shame he got sidelined because he was shaping up to be pretty active in 2024. Like he had the two fights that were within 2 months of each other. He had the fight with Santillan, and he had the fight with Boca Chica. And he bounced back strong after the Boca Chica fight because it seemed like he was on the cusp of being sidelined by Top Rank. Seemed like they didn't know what they were going to do with him. But then the Santillan fight, that was like his redemption song. Came back strong, he handled business, got the dub, and then there was the whole saga with Boots, the 2 point whatever million, and that never came to pass. Enter Derek Quavis, that fight's supposed to take place, hand injury, sideline, and now here we are. So it's been at least 10 months since this dude been in the ring. We don't know what the hell he's gonna look like. So hopefully he's not too afflicted by it.
How hard it is. See, this is the thing. How hard it is a open and revolving door question, because hand injury, he been out. Ain't nobody been seeing no clips of him working. So how we gonna gauge how he gonna look coming back off his last performance? And people do that, but you don't fight everybody the same. Everybody presents. You got tall, you got small, you got a mover, you got a puncher, you got a long reacher, you got a high volume puncher. You got a dude, you can hit him with the kitchen sink. He ain't got the best boxing ability and footwork, but he can take a damn good punch and he can wear you down. So I just gotta see act. I gotta see movement in order for me to give a professional assessment of what direction that fighter will be moving in, to be fair.
True indeed. I would say the same thing for Derek Quavis too, because Derek Quavis, although he's not coming off of an injury, he hasn't fought in a while either. It's been at least a year for him. So it's difficult to gauge him because he could be riding high with confidence, because he took an L probably about 2 years ago. Then he's been on a 4-fight win streak since then. All 4 of those fights were knockouts or stoppages. There's either been a KO or a TKO in all 4 of those fights. But the last one was in December of 2023. His blown fight of 2024 that he had scheduled was the Brian Norman Jr. fight, but again, Brian Norman Jr. hurts the hand, postponed until now. So both guys are coming off of inactivity. The only thing is, we don't know who is like the fresher man coming into this. Because Derek Quavis, if he was somewhat healthy and he was able to train, at least he was able to get work in. With Brian Norman Jr., to your point, Squeeze, with him being sidelined with the hand injury, he couldn't do too much of nothing. We know he wasn't sparring. He wasn't really been able to get too much work in because he had to let the hand heal up before he was even cleared to spar. You know, so that could play a factor. And who was able to get more work in during this time of inactivity under the light?
What you think about the William Zepeda and Tevin Farmer fight?
I'm excited for it. I rewatched the first one the other day, and I ain't gonna lie, man. Tevin Farmer was cooking with grease. Outside of the knockdowns, it really felt like he was in control of that fight for the majority of it. And there were even some moments where he got Zepeda to hesitate a little bit, which is very uncharacteristic for him. Because that dude, he's known for his work rate. We've seen fights like the fight that he had with Jojo Diaz. Homeboy threw over, I think it was like over 1,100 punches. That's crazy. You got to have 3 lungs. You got to have 3 lungs to have that type of endurance, to have that type of output. And he ain't stop him either. It was just guns blazing. He was just going. But the counter punching from Tevin Farmer and the defense from Tevin Farmer, It didn't completely stymie him, but it definitely gave him a little bit of pause where it seemed like he had to be a little bit more thoughtful with his punch selection than he generally is. Typically, he's a dude where he's just throwing.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Especially when Tevin started countering over the top of the jab.
I think
Around
that
like the third, fourth round, he started countering clean over the top of the jab with overhand lefts.
Can
I
Tevin get an honest decision this go round? Or do he gotta knock him out?
I don't think he's got to knock him out in order to get the decision, but I do think that it's got to be very, very decisive. You don't necessarily got to knock him out, but it got to be clearly almost one-sided, I would say, in a sense. Like think Floyd Mayweather versus Arturo Gotti, but minus the stoppage, because he stopped Arturo Gotti, but minus the stoppage. Like it got to be one of them type of performances where it's like he can hit Zepeda whenever he wants to, but Zepeda can't touch him. And Zepeda is basically just at his mercy. It got to kind of be one of those. Because I don't see him winning a close decision. Because that first fight was a close decision. He was the only one that scored a knockdown. He did the cleaner work. He was more effective with his punches. Similar thing happened with the Morataya fight. He didn't get the nod. He got a bogus point deducted. So it's tough. Toya makes a good point about this one going 12. But even in the 10th round, though, Toya, I still felt like Farmer did the cleaner work in the 10th round. He buzzed him a couple times in that last round. Easy. Got a KO in Mexico. Possibly. He might have to pull off Oshaki Foster.
Why you mad at Toya? How you doing, Queen? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't sold on no William Zepeda. His name sound better than his skills. And the last time I saw him, he looked like garbage. The last time I saw him, and then he under the witness protection program over there at De La Hoya Golden Boy. When I saw him, like, for keeping honest, I'm like, yo, this dude, his name sound dangerous, but he ain't. I don't think he could crack an egg wide open. He throws a lot of punches. He's wild. He crosses his feet a lot. A great jab and a counter punch will get him out of there. And somebody get in there that ain't scared of him, of his name, because he ain't nothing to be scared of.
We saw some of it with the first fight when Tevin Farmer started planting them feet and started countering back. It didn't look like that fight that he had with Maxie Hughes. Shout out to Maxie Hughes because Maxie was doing all he could to try to evade him, but he was just moving a little bit too much and Zepeda started touching the body. If there's one thing I do like about William Zepeda when he switched on, I like his body attack. Outside of that, I do agree with you as far as his technique is concerned. Dude be getting sloppy, crossing his feet, leaving himself exposed when he's throwing certain shots. But I like his body attack when he switched on. Like the Maxie Hughes fight, he did really good work to the body. He wasn't headhunting in that fight. And I believe he understood what he had in front of him because Maxie Hughes, to his credit, that dude got pretty good footwork. He's pretty crafty, pretty sound. So he knew he had to get to his body. Same thing with Giovanni Cabrera. Giovanni Cabrera, he was out there looking like prime Michael Jackson, dancing machine. Matter of fact, Jackson 5 Michael Jackson. He was dancing machine against Pitbull Cruz. He was moving, grooving, slipping, sliding. Pitbull Cruz couldn't touch him. So Zepeda, when he fought him, he went straight to the body, but it seemed like against Tevin Farmer, he was just so damn frustrated trying to catch him clean up top. that he was just getting wild. He reverted back to his old ways. So I'm curious to see if he goes back to the body attack in this fight. If he does, I like his chances. Just with him being the younger man, because I think Tevin is infinitely more skilled than him. But Tev is what, 34, 35?
Mm-hmm.
He's only had a handful of fights at 135. Williams Zepeda, I got to see that man birth certificate. They say that man 27. That man look older than me, bro. But
He definitely.
when he switched on, I like his body attack.
You think he look older than Senior in the face?
Yeah, he look older than Senior.
Senior only 35.
Yo, when they said Williams Zepeda was 27, I said, where?
You're going to fall right into the trap, man. See what I'm saying? Fooling with your man.
No, I just said you look younger.
Ladies love Senior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they love him. I don't know why, but they love him. Dude, that sound like hate, though. Am I hating?
That's you called it the best thing you could.
Well, he don't need to be on this podcast, Senior, because he a multi-millionaire. I think he undercover boss, Senior, because he had his hand in on that hit album by Ron DMC and them. You're blind, as you can see. You need to wear some glasses like DMC. Yeah, they blind. Ain't no hate. You know what I mean? They blind. You New York, right? That New York, ain't it? That New York.
Yes, sir.
DMC and the
Run
boys.
DMC.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually
the
say
goats.
Senior the GOAT, though. He the GOAT. But he need to keep hollering out Keyshawn scared of De Los Santos. For what? What is he scared of De Los Santos for?
He's scared of Andy.
I mean, Andy Cruz. What he scared of him for?
Ask him why he ain't
robbing me on my face.
Why he
scared of De Los Santos?
Why is he scared of Andy? Nobody is telling me.
Why he not trying to get his get back?
What get back? What get back?
The man and whooped the man ass 4 times.
Still holding your hat on some garbage. Still holding your hat on some garbage, champ.
All I'm saying, the man left the ring victorious over Keyshawn 4 times.
Didn't Earl Spence lose his last Olympic fight before he turned pro?
Listen. I'm talking about 4 of them, not one. I'm talking about 4. I'm talking about 4 fights, not one.
He lost, right?
I'm talking about 4 fights.
Coming into the pros, right? But he had a solid pro career.
The man lost 4 fights
until he ran into the boogeyman.
That man lost 4 fights to one guy and don't want no get back. Get out of here. Beat it.
Okay, champ. That's how you feel. Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. For real. Situations will arise. You can't bring your girl around, yo. Cause you gotta be about it. Vibrations with the guy. You can't even bring your woman around, yo. He ain't Billy D. Williams. He Billy C. Williams. You know what I mean? He one letter down. But it works for him. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just want to see that fight. But somebody say Andy suffering from blood clots. Somebody say
that wasn't Andy. That was De La Cruz. De Los Santos.
Oh, De Los Santos.
De Los Santos. Yeah, he's supposed to be returning soon. Hopefully, he's fully recovered, man. Shout out to Edward De Los Santos.
I don't
He
know,
was
man.
jamming in the chat, Squeeze.
What happened, Chad?
I'm saying he was over there hitting them notes, man.
Yeah, I know it's something. Inshallah. But yeah, man. I want to see that fight though, man. That fight need to be made. Him and Andy Cruz put this thing to rest. You know, you can't. I agree with Senior on this. You can't call Tank out and don't see Andy Cruz first. Everybody, if you see this where they mess up at, fight Andy Cruz, get past Andy Cruz, and then it'll look better for you calling Tank out. Because you got that stigma over your head. But I'm going to be fair. Just like everybody say, Tank should fight Shakur. You know what I mean? That fight need to be made. One person say set the contract. This person say they ain't get the contract. We want to see the fight. That's all we want. That's all we want, man. I don't know, man. The money is there. The money is
The
there.
thing with the Keyshawn Andy Cruz situation is now, is it as substantial at this point? Is it as substantial?
What?
On a couple of levels.
The fight?
Yeah, like what does that fight actually fulfill or satisfy besides Keyshawn feeling vindicated potentially? Like what does that really do for Keyshawn Davis?
What it does for which
Because
really
calling out Tank, you can look at a number of things. Like for one, Keyshawn is a current champion, WBO. So calling out Tank was a unification. Like Canelo said, my man Saul Alvarez, what he say? Payday, you want payday? Tank is obviously a bigger payday than Andy Cruz is. As far as the networks are concerned, I'm pretty sure that's a more lucrative fight for them. We haven't seen Andy Cruz headline nothing yet. Keyshawn just sold out the Scope Arena down there in Virginia. So clearly they're trying to build him to be something. I don't know what the hell Eddie Hearn is doing with Andy Cruz.
That's a good point, because I was gonna say the same exact thing. Keyshawn bringing Virginia behind him. Norfolk gonna be up in the house. Norfolk gonna pack the house. They gonna come see Keyshawn in that fight.
And the Scope ain't been sold out since Sweet Pea.
Yeah.
And that was decades ago, God bless his soul. So at least pursuing the tank fight, even if he was clout chasing, as people would say.
Well,
it would still make more sense for Keyshawn at this juncture in time to pursue that than it would an Andy Cruz fight. Now, me personally, I'd like to see both of them selfishly, because stylistically, I think that both fights would be good fights.
Well, you got to look at it like this. People as boxing fans, when they go to make these fights and match them, I think sometimes they get personal and in the way of themselves of who should be fighting who, when who should be fighting who, why not who shouldn't be fighting who. I think we all could be guilty of getting caught up into that. And if there's a certain order, what order should it be? Why? And the order that you give, is it respectable to the viewer's eyes? They might put one fighter in front of the other fighter. We still getting the fights, but it's hard to please people now, man. It's hard. Tank even said this last fight, why y'all booing me? My Braves got my eye. They booed him. After all he done for the Barclays Center. What was that? His third fight at the Barclays Center?
Yeah, something like that. It's
And,
around there.
you know, it was a good lesson for the people that really got to understand the pressure that comes with being a professional athlete. They riding with you when you winning. But as soon as they think you lose or don't give a great performance, they jump off the bandwagon.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, the guys who are big draws, box office, they're commodities. You know, you go to a restaurant and your food isn't exactly to your liking, you ain't trying to head at the guy in the back that's cooking had an off day. Like, nah, you better make my steak medium rare like I asked for it. The potatoes undercooked. I'm filing a complaint with the manager. I need to speak to somebody. I need to see somebody. I ain't paying the damn thing. Either y'all gonna fix this. Y'all gotta rectify this some way, somehow. But for me personally, I wouldn't mind either fight because I think that they're both good fights. But I also understand that it's a lot bigger than what I personally want to see. And then that there's business that has to be satisfied. So in terms of business, I think it makes more sense for Keyshawn to be calling out Tank. Just based on just his position and where he is in his career. Now, if this was probably last year or even the year prior, then I would say, hell yeah. Andy Cruz makes a lot more sense. But at this point, you done already fought for a title. You won a title. You done headline a hometown event. There's no going backwards from there.
Yeah.
So I feel like if the onus is on Andy Cruz to get his stock up, because like the homie Brooklyn Boy said, right now for a lot of people, Andy Cruz is synonymous with beating Keyshawn Davis in the amateurs. We ain't talking about who he's fighting as a professional. I haven't heard anybody say, oh man, did you see that fight that he had with Antonio Moran?
Yeah.
It was terrific.
I haven't
You know
even.
what I'm saying?
All I heard, I keep hearing about.
His get back.
All I keep hearing about is in the amateurs. We in the pros now. I'm keep hearing about amateurs. It don't make no sense. But people are hanging their head on any goddamn thing they can. They're hanging on their ass if it poke out far enough. So you know what I mean? Why your hat hanging on your ass? You see any coat racks in here? Let me mind my business. You go right ahead. Help yourself.
And I
but
think Andy Cruz is terrific.
I need to, like you say, the body of work he did in the pros. Last fight, he ain't look impressive. Too impressive. You calling them person?
Did you see the fight against Zamperia?
Huh?
Did you see the fight against Zamperia? No, I'm just being facetious, but I'm saying though, like nobody's talking about the fight that he had with Brian Zamperia.
No, they just talking about
and I thought he looked good. Andy is sensational, but you know, once again, at least with Keyshawn, make what you will of Branchik, but the guy he just won the vacant strap against Emmanuel Navarrete, who was a known guy, and then that win it aged like fine wine because we just seen Navarrete, what he just did to Valdez was the first guy to stop him. You know what I'm saying? He got a win over Anthony Yigit, who's a credible guy. Keyshawn got a win over Anthony Yigit. We seen Keyshawn in there with Lemos. And I feel like the Lemos fight, yeah, maybe a little bit overblown, a little bit overstated, especially given the circumstance. Lemos may have had some issues with his weight or what have you. But in the last fight that he had against Africa, a lot of people felt like he did a damn good job. He gave a great account of himself. Some people even felt like he won. Me personally, I had Africa winning. But I said to say this, Keyshawn smoked him in two. So at least we've seen him against some notable guys, incredible guys. And Andy Cruz, most notable guy I can think of on his resume is probably Antonio Moran, who was the last guy that Devin Haney knocked out in 2019.
Brooklyn boys say, what if somebody just keeps saying Tank got to fight the white guy who dropped him in the amateurs? What would you call that?
That's a good question.
My point exactly. In the amateurs. In the amateurs. Not as a pro, but in the amateurs. That's all y'all got for me.
Yep.
That's all y'all got. That's all y'all can materialize. Come on, man. Stop. Cut it out.
And even with the amateurs, there's so much nuance to that because it's like, at what point in the amateurs? Because a lot of these guys, they're in the amateurs so damn young. Like, once upon a time, Sean Porter got a win over Alexander Usyk in the amateurs at like 152 or something like that. Usyk's a grown-ass man now, heavyweight. Dude ain't fighting now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, sometimes you can put a little bit of stock in the amateurs, but I think the only way that you can truly validate that is to see what they do against one another in the pros. Like in the case of Shane Mosley and Vernon Forrest. Vernon Forrest had Shane Mosley number in the amateurs. They eventually faced each other twice as pros, and Vernon Forrest won both times. But I don't feel like you gotta be like, yo, you gotta go avenge something from the amateurs. Like, nah. If it happens to happen, cool. If it don't, it ain't the end all be all. It's not the end of the world.
It ain't the end of me all neither. I ain't tripping. Yeah. But thanks for coming in, champ. Always a pleasure. You know what I mean? Chopping it up. We covered a couple of grounds tonight. We gave our views and opinions. Everybody in the chat gave their views and their opinions. But we know at the end of the day, they got to get in the ring and face off. And that's what really counts. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But that's what we do as followers of the sport, critiquers of the sports. That just goes with the territory. And we sit down and we watch and see the outcome. Closing arguments, and
oh man, same as always. Small things, all things was easy to do. Is also easy not to do. I almost messed up my own damn line squeeze. That's how I know it's getting late.
I know.
I want to say appreciate you, appreciate my guy, Senior, and I gotta leave y'all with this. In the honor of the Bible, love over hate.
All right, champ. Be safe.
Hold on. Where my heart's at? They not popping up. Oh, there they go. Boom.
There they go. They popping. All right, y'all. Another great show. Hope y'all be safe tomorrow. God bless. Let's see these fights materialize. Sonny, listen, say it's going to be a lot of fights on this weekend. Let's get in front of the TV and see who's going to come out to be who's going to evolve this weekend, who's going to make a name for themselves. Remember, boxing is a rotating door. You up 1 minute, you down the next. On that note, y'all already know who it is. It's the Rize Podcast with your boy, Coach Squeeze, the Smoothie King, All Access International. Shout out Aunt McQueen. Right back at y'all with another one. Be safe out there tomorrow. Everybody that lost their minds out there in the street. Peace and head grease.
Some say you forgive, but don't forget it. Now you know how we do. Lock that back door, don't let no one through. I told Nietzsche in these streets ain't no rules. He say, cause all this life we ain't over this. Yeah. And I understand that this shit wasn't easy, but nigga, we did it. Yeah, yeah. And all them hoes and all them niggas that wasn't fucking with us, then we them niggas. And now we rich now. We got money. I don't give a shit, no. And we did it. Young nigga come up from nothing, now he getting to them riches. And it's the life of a young rich nigga.